These are the best attackers in Year 8 that you need to be using. These are meta, they're going to help you get kills, so whether you're new or returning player to the game or whatever you play, these are, in my opinion, the best operators that will work on every bomb site. There are some I had to leave out, like Zero and Ying. I think those are good operators, but however, I don't think they're good on every bomb site. But you can use whoever you want, but here are my best list of attackers for you. And there's going to be timestamps in the video, so go with whatever operator you want. Alright, the first attacker we have on the list is Sledge. Now, Sledge is an obvious one because he has his hammer, which is really good for soft breaching. He has 2 grenades, and he's overall a decent entry with a decent gun too. Now, with the 1.5 scope, is a swing or be swung meta, but low recoil, high damage weapon is always going to be good. So I recommend a Sledge if you're ever feeling like you're having a bad day. But it's good to be practicing with your grenades as well, practicing the timing, but nading below right now is always super strong, and you can never go wrong with a good entry as Sledge. I recommend using Sledge for making rotates for your team and also work in the vertical gameplay. Bring Sledge to sites that have a lot of soft destruction up top, and you can go for a lot of vertical gameplay. I would say his effectiveness is good on almost every map, no matter what bomb site, just because his gun can carry. So if you ever feel like you're having a hard day, just pick Sledge and I guarantee you'll get more kills. Next up on our list is very similar to Sledge, but I had to put Buck in the list too, just because he's a soft breacher. He has hard breaching gadgets for the hatches and any holes, and best of all, he has a gun 6. Now unfortunately, he doesn't have his ACOG, he doesn't have his grenades anymore, but the same exact reason why you bring Sledge. Buck's a little bit faster, his gun has a little bit more recoil, but if you get it down, I guarantee Buck is going to help you a lot with your soft breaching attacks. And some tips I would give you guys for vert, whether you're playing Buck or Sledge, is that you should be learning how to play vert correctly. You know, don't stand in front of your vert too long, avoid C4s, and really just take your time and get all parts of the map. It's situational, but you don't really want to peek your holes right as you make them, because then you're a very predictable target. Instead, maybe make like 4, and then you can choose to pick one. And peek it from the side as well. If you peek it from the side, then it'll be a lot easier as well. For example, like I say, if I were to do it right here. If I just peek it like directly down, this is okay, but if you peek it from the side, you can gotta get like a 1-way angle on their feet. The third one we have on our list today is Ashe. Ashe has kind of come back into the meta. I think we remember when Ashe was kind of not as good because she was, you know, she was outclassed by Iana, who had a gun 6 and nades similar to Finka. But now that Iana and Finka have been toned down a bit, Ashe has kind of come back with even utility usage, and also she's just Ashe, bro. She's hard to kill sometimes, but she's fast, has a good gun. You really can't go wrong. If you're looking for basic gun skill and a very easy operator, I highly recommend playing Ashe. Just make sure when you're playing Ashe, you're actually like entering and taking map control quickly. You're not just baiting outside all the time. All right, next up on our list, you guys have probably expected this person, but it is Nøkk. Nøkk is one of the 4 attackers that has grenades in this game, but she's very, very simple. She's like Ashe, but more quiet. Like Caviar on attack a little bit individual at the same time. She's really good at hitting that backstab. She's also really good at just entering the building and catching people off guard. It puts a little bit of fear in the other team, like they always have to watch out for the Nøkk. Being invincible to cams makes you a little bit quieter and also just gives you that extra confidence boost to take that map control. The thing is, every bomb site always has a certain weak point or a backstab potential, so that's why Nøkk's always going to be a good pick, and you have the grenades too. But overall, Nøkk's a very easy operator to use. She's like Ashe, basically. Just use Ashe if you were using Caveira on attack, you know what I mean? So just kind of keep that mix and have fun sneaking up on people. All right, next up on this list, we have a very obvious operator, especially one of the hard breachers. It is Hibana. Hibana is one of the most versatile hard breachers in the game. She can get a lot of hatches open and open up walls. So this is an important one to know. So if you press B or whatever button is to switch your gadget, you can do 2, you can do 4, or you can do a full part. Now, I see a lot of people they waste 6 pellets on a hatch just to get impact tricked. What you want to do if you ever want to bait, you would only use 2. Bait out the impact or impact stuff, because then you can do another 2. That way you use less utility. 4 is good for a hatch or any kind of small crouch hole. This is crouchable, and then obviously, you know, you want to do the double. So these are a little bit variants that you should know with Hibana. This way you can always attack properly and get the most out of her gadget. But she has 3 flashbangs in case we need to burn and shield, or maybe even just go for a frag. Really good secondary. She's a 3-speed, feels really quick, easy to use, low recoil gun. 100% recommend Hibana if you're looking for a frag roll, but also wanting to help out the team as well. All right, next we have another entry type of operator in here, and that is Zofia. So Zofia is, if you guys don't know, she's been reduced down to a 1 speed, unfortunately, but that does not mean she can be a bad entry still. She can still be a good entry like Sledge. So you can have the option for the 2x or the 1.5. The LMG is not really the best gun anymore. You can use it personal, but AR is always my preference. At least I use vertical grip. Some things I can tell you is that a lot of people die without pulling this thing out. It's very, very obvious. But use this to open up hatches, make lines of sight, destroy shields. Just make sure you kind of like use it, prioritize what you want to destroy first, because you don't have very many of them. So like avoid, unless you're trying to surprise someone, avoid opening up barricades with like stop doing this. Like there's no point in doing that. It looks cool, but don't do it. You want to save that. So next, you have these stuns. So if you ever like don't have any drones, you want to face check a room. If it doesn't go off, nobody's in that room. But if it goes off immediately, looks like no one's in that room either. But if I shot it like right here at him, it would have blown off, and I know exactly, gives me that confidence to swing. If you're ever burning for a shield and you don't know there's an ADS, always use a stun grenade first, because stun grenades are a lot less meaningful than the impact grenades when you're trying to get a shield. I recommend running claymores if you're gonna get hopped out on the window a lot, but bring breaching charges just in case you want to make some vert. But overall, solid entry. Don't feel like you have to use everything before you die, but it's good to have a good utility usage habit. All right, next up we have Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi is she's actually slid her way in here, but she's been really strong this meta on the roam clear. Her phones really help pinpoint people's location, especially even if you're not roam clearing, you're just trying to hit sight and people are hiding in corners. Dokkaebi is really good for revealing locations of a lot of people hiding. But even better, she has well, you can decide to run Gon 6, but if you want to run Gon 6, that's okay, but otherwise her secondaries are really good in case you run an ammo on her main. EMP grenades are very strong this season. Very good for in case you need to destroy cades or whatever it is for you. But really solid pick to your team, brings that passive kind of type of pressure to the other team. The DMR is probably one of the best guns, in my opinion, in the game. And for me, I personally love the DMR. The DMR is an awesome weapon. The 1.5 scope, I use angle grip because it doesn't really affect the DMR because it's a one shot. So if you're ever looking for someone that you want to like get, you know, you haven't played with in a while, I think Dokkaebi is even a 3 speed now. I don't think she's either 3 or 2, but I think she's a 3 speed. Yeah, but 100% recommend Dokkaebi if you're like playing with a duo queue, maybe even solo queue. She's really good just for that intel by yourself. All right, now this is a personal favorite of mine. You guys know I love this operator, but that is Lion. Lion is also like in the same boat as Dokkaebi. Really good passive pressure and aggressive. So Lion has a 50 round drum mag, no recoil. I put the suppressor on just to keep that, you know, that stealthiness. But look, he has a Gon 6 and EMPs and no need for a secondary gun because you already got this long range and medium and short range gun, high fire rate, 1.5 beast on your hands. But like I said, let's say you need to clear a shield, like on Oregon basically. If I need to clear a shield, right, get rid of the ADSs and then boom, you know, shoot that Gon 6 at that shield. He's just overall like, he's just so good. You pop a Lion scan. In my opinion, you should Lion scan about like every time you want to solidify something, right? For example, if I got a kill in the round and I don't want roamers coming back up, I would pop a Lion scan right as we kill someone, or if I need to revive someone. Anything that you want them to stand still for is super, super key. And also it gives you that confidence. Once you pop a Lion scan, man, just start swinging fools, man. They're not going to expect it. I would recommend you use Lion as an entry or maybe even a flank watch. But the thing is, he's such a good flex op. I think you should use him however you like. All right, next up we have Nomad. So Nomad has been in the list for a while, but it's no brainer because she's a really good, just fundamental, grounded flank watch op. Even if you're not watching the flank, she's still really good to have that information. So that way, in case you're solo queuing, you don't know where anybody is. Really good gun as well. Good gun, flashbang. So she brings a lot of utility to the team. So let's take a look real quick. So let's say if I'm, you know, let's say I enter this building, I don't want to get flanked, right? You just put it at the top. A tip for you, I would avoid putting air jabs like right directly right here. A lot of people do that and it's really easy to just go prone and shoot them off. But I like to do is I like to tuck them like super far in the corners It's a little bit harder, but it's, you can't really, if an air jab's like, oh, let's say it's like right, let's say it's like right here, right? I'm pretty sure I can shoot this one. If I go prone enough and you just shoot it, it won't go off. So you want to be a little careful. Like you want to rely on air jabs maybe about 90% of the flank, but you also want to have a camera in the similar area. But the thing is, Nomad can be an entry, or she can be a flank watch and a support if you wanted to. Like in ranked, like she has a good gun, that's all that really matters, and the flashbangs also help a lot too. Now people ask like which gun in Nomad is best. It's all personal preference, but the ARX has more damage, has less recoil, and shoots faster than the AK. But the AK has more ammo, but it lacks in fire rate and damage. So it's all personal preference which you want to use. Just make sure you use your flashbangs in case you ever need a burn for your teammate. All right, next on the board we have is a no-brainer, bro. It's Ace. Like you see an Ace every single round. Why? Because he can open up so much. I think he can open up the most on attack because of how his impacts are. But the only weakness is that Ace can't really, he's not really good at opening hatches. But if you're looking for just like that third time, let's say you get bandit trick twice, at least you have one more. And the best part is it's walkthroughable. I don't even know that's a word. But like with Maverick and Hibana, you kind of have to be a little bit, you know, a little more sensitive, or like a bit more precise. But Ace, you just toss some shits down, and you know you get to it. If you want to, you can always shoot the bottom if you want a head hole. You want to do both sides, but obviously let it go. And also he has the AK-12, which is probably one of the easiest guns in the game. Like this gun can go into a bad player and he can accidentally like look at him on accident. He'll like, you see, like it's just, the gun is just like, it's like a 2-3 shot weapon. Like the fire rate's insane. It has the fire of like an SMG. It's just so low recoil, 1.5. Like it's impossible to not get kills with Ace. He has claymores or breaching charges. Usually use claymores for window hop outs or any kind of flank, but otherwise I would bring breaching charges. And a quick tip, if you can't get the hatch open, like let's say on Clubhouse, right, and it's gated off, what you can do is you can put them on the side like this, and it will get, they'll like latch on, and then boom, that's easy hatch open right there. All right, I think every R6 player is crushing over this character for some reason. Y'all are down bad. However, we have Iana. Iana has been in the meta for probably about 3 seasons now. 3 seasons, including that Finka LMG season. She was stupid strong. She is still stupid strong, but she's not overpowered. She's just stupidly strong. Anyways, but we have 1.5 scope. You can use the ARX if you want, if you like the ARX 1X feel, but it no longer has the 1.5. The G36 has the 1.5. Vert grip is what I use. Grenades, again, like a 2 armor or 2 speed with grenades is always a good entry. Unlimited intel for entry as well. Please, please, please use your clones. Don't forget. Don't be afraid to use it. So she's definitely the entry type. You should be right behind the Ash, or be the first one taking the map control all the time. I'd say she's like one of the easiest beginner ops to play as well. So people always ask me like, how do you use your clone correctly? Okay, well, I mean, if it's that hard, if you don't know where anybody is in the room, clone. Same thing you would drone. Super, super easy. Don't overcomplicate it. But 100% recommend buying Iana. If you don't have Iana, then you're literally trolling yourself, for even if you solo queue. Especially if you solo queue. Next up, we have the mysterious man, the Flores. So Flores is the fact that he has four explosive drones. This is like, think about it, like when Finka had Gone 6 and 2 grenades, but Flores has 4 drones. Surprising, you would think that's super OP. However, right now in his current state, he's not that strong, but he's kind of strong. You know what I mean? So Flores is really good for making rotates, but most of the time you should target barbed wire, Jaeger devices that are in hard spots to reach. Bulletproof, anything bulletproof on the other side. Shields, go for it. He has a very strong weapon. He's able to fill up that entry spot just in case if the Heartbreacher needs someone to entry. But low recoil gun. He's got a DMR as well. I recommend that you use the AR though. Another tip with Flores, I don't know if this, you know what, let's try it out. Let's see if it still works, bro. Does it still work, chat? Can you Flores the ceiling? Let's try it out. I think you can still do it. Hold on. Oh yeah, you still can. So you can actually Flores the ceiling if you do 2 punch holes like that. Oh, and I killed someone. So try that out if you ever need to grenade someone from below or get a shield. Obviously, you have 3 flashbangs. Use these bad boys to clear any ADSs or whatever you need to do. He's like, dude, he's got 4 explosives and 3 flashbangs. Like, who did this, bro? And gave him a handsome, like, freaking hat. So that's just a bonus. So I recommend buy Flores today if you are looking for a good team operator to play. And the last operator we have on this list is Osa. The reason I pick Osa is because, bro, it's like it's a personal shield. This can work anywhere. Wherever you're trying to go, it's always like a good base to scope out your enemy and evaluate your situation. Put this bad boy on a window or a little, in case you want to hold a certain angle. Super good for face checking as well. You have EMPs as well, so this pairs up really good for like, you know, sitting at the breach. Let's say if Thermite is joining, you can cover him. Boom, boom. Just be careful not to sit too close or else you might get C4 or impact grenaded. But overall, you have a drum mag, bro. This got extendo barrel and this thing got no recoil, so 100%. Osa, you see everybody run Osa. One thing I will say with Osa is try your best to not like hold your shield out too much. Don't do this. Don't think you're invincible. They can shoot your feet. Watch, I'm gonna take some damage right here. Okay, but these guys are bots. But anybody besides a bot, they would shoot my feet. They would shoot my arm. They would come knife me because look, if I had to put my shield. Oh, it's actually quicker than I thought. Never mind. But you guys get the point. It's like fighting Clash, basically, you know. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to my channel, as well as comment any operators that I have missed. Like I said, I might have missed some operators like Zero, Ying, and some other whatever you like. Do not say Blackbeard or Grim. If you do that, leave my channel. You don't deserve to be here. Otherwise, all jokes. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for your time. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.